Wow.
Frank,
What time is it? Wow. What time is it? Wow. What time is it?
What?
It's time for the Frank Show. Aloha headsets, Frank here, the internet's most obnoxious VR enthusiast, and we're back again with the Frank Show. Now this is that beautiful time of year when Sony has their mid-year sale, and we have a ton of deals on a ton of games, and most importantly, a ton of virtual reality games. Now, there are more than what I have on this list right now, but I've picked my selection of what I think the best deal versus content versus quality is for you guys, and I broke it down to 20 games. Now, I hope you enjoy, and if you think of anything else or I missed any on the list that you think deserve to be on the list, please let us know below in the comments, because everybody likes to know about good VR games. Now, first up, The Invisible Hours. Now, this one is a story-driven game where you get to have a really cool mechanic where you move through time to try to solve a mystery. And for only 20 bucks, you get a lot of content, and it's high quality, so I think it's worth checking out if you didn't check it out the first time around. Next up, STATIK is a game I've preached forever and will continue to preach. It's a DualShock 4 only puzzle game where your hands are in a little box and you gotta try, well, box is, and you gotta try to get your way out. Now, there's environmental clues, there's clues on the box, the doctor gives you clues, and it's got a very cool, strange Portal vibe. So if you've not played it, and if you're a fan of puzzle games, I mean, this one, for $10, you gotta check it. And next up, STIFLED, another atmospheric game, but more of a horror. This one is completely black and white, and the only way you see is with sound. Now, if you talk too much in the microphone, the character and creatures around you will hear you, and you can throw rocks and stones and little things to make sound to light up the environment. Now, it is really cool and really jarring in VR, and for only $14, this is definitely worth your money kind of experience. All right, next up, VALKYRIE, one of the first games that I got on PlayStation VR. I mean, this one is awesome. There's a demo available. The demo sold me. I was like, I gotta get this game. I hopped into it. The multiplayer community is large, and they're all really nice, and everybody's playing, and it's non-VR, so there's non-VR players as well. And you just get to fly your own spaceship and shoot stuff down in the sky. I mean, who doesn't want to do that? And for $15, I mean, come on, nah. All right, next up, Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes is a gem of a game. It's a local co-op game. It's actually a whole lot of fun. Now, you get a headset, and your buddy gets to look at the TV, and you got to defuse the bomb while you're inside the headset. Now, the bomb is fun because it's got a bunch of little puzzles on it, and the only way to solve them is with your buddy telling you the clues. Now, you're going to be screaming at each other. You're going to be yelling, and if you want games that you can have with like a party setting of people over, or you don't just want to play with yourself, this one is one of those. It's beautiful games, and for $9, I mean, come on, nah. All right, next up, PS Worlds was initially bundled with the PlayStation VR, so that was my first time trying it, and I loved it. London Heist sold me on virtual reality and story-driven experiences, and I also loved the little murder ball game, and I mean, honestly, I like the Street Luge for a second, even though it's not that cool, and there's a couple more as well, and right now it's on sale because it's not bundled with it anymore, and for $7, I mean, come on, that deal is a steal. And next up, if you've not checked out a Mitsuguchi game before and you're wondering what all the hype over the new Tetris game is, Res Infinite right now is fantastic, and it's on sale for $21. Now, this game is kind of a rhythmic shooter game where it takes a second to get the vibe, but if you sit back, you get into the trance, it's so much fun, and Area X, the last level alone, is worth the entry fee. All right, now we are down to the passionate, the great, our favorite game, SKYRIM on PlayStation VR. Now, if you've never played SKYRIM before, if you've played it 1,000 times, you've bought it 50 times, it's finally on sale for PlayStation VR for only $36. Now, I can understand if you don't want to grab it because you're like, I don't know if I have enough time, because this is truthfully 200-300 hours of content. Plus, with the new update, the graphics are very, very crisp on this baby, much nicer, and the movement is a lot easier. Plus, I got hands and everything now. I mean, it's a much better game. It's much closer to like what the PC version is. Still no mods, but what we do, hopefully in time. But anyway, yeah, if you haven't checked out SKYRIM, right now is the time to buy in. It's such a nice game, and if you're looking for that, how can I spend a lot of time with a game? There you go. All right, another game that I got right when the PlayStation VR came out, TUMBLE VR, you guys. This is another cool puzzle game. Frank's big on puzzle games, and it uses both Move controllers, and the graphics are really nice, and the way the cubes move, and it's got a bunch of different series of puzzles, and for $4, I mean, if you've not checked it out already, you can try out the demo, and if you like the demo, grab it. All right, next up, SHOOTY Fruity. Now, I liked this game initially, but I thought it was a little bit high-priced for what it offered to you, because I don't find it super replayable playable. I like wave shooters, but there's so many wave shooters out there, it's hard to differentiate. But this one does have a very colorful setting. The graphics are really nice. You get tons of guns, and for $14, I mean, come on, it's definitely worth that price if you've been on the fence and thinking about it in the past. All right, next up, Bound is a game that I would never play flat gaming wise, but in VR, oh my God, it's a beautiful experience. I mean, you can lose yourself in Bound, the way camera follows your character and the way you dance through the environments and how everything is kind of created around you. It's truthfully beautiful, and it's really worth it. And for only $8, I mean, give it a shot. I promise you can't go wrong. It's worth that price, even if you don't like the game. All right, next up, SPARC. Now, this one is too cool. It's a virtual reality sport game where you're tossing the ball, you're hitting the ball, you're bouncing the ball. And I personally love VR sports. I think VR esports are definitely going to take off. And although the devs are not working in the game anymore, I mean, they created a solid thing with crossplay with PC. And every time I've jumped on, there's at least one other person on. So if you haven't tried it out, if you've been wondering what it is, if you like a new exercise game, SPARC is only $10. All right, and another gift to the PlayStation VR, one of our exclusives that I promise you a lot of people are jealous that we have, is on sale, and boy, is it on sale. WIPEOUT VR Collection is only $15. I mean, come on. This is every WIPEOUT game for the most part, gloriously updated and beautiful in virtual reality and in 3D, and the multiplayer is always popping. There's people on, there's tons of ships, tons of levels, tons of things to do. I mean, this is the racing game if you want a VR racing game, and I promise it won't make you too sick, and if it does, just ease yourself into it. All right, next up, Arizona Sunshine. Now, this one didn't get too much good remarks when it first came out for me because it was not that great of a game on day one, but they updated it. They made it much better. They added some DLC. They got more DLC on the way, and for $20, this one's awesome. It's worth that price for sure, and you can hop in multiplayer and co-op with some buddies, and you do that, chit-chat, you have a great time. All right. Okay, another controversial game in the community, Doom VFR. Now, some people hate it, some people love it. I personally love the game, and I was not the biggest Doom fan in the past. Truthfully, I never even played that much Doom. But this game is phenomenal. Now, it's not that great with the move controllers, I'll give you that. But on the AIM or DualShock 4, this plays so tightly. Plus, you get all the little bonus hidden levels, and for $18, it's definitely worth it. And even if you don't have an AIM controller, you're probably going to end up wanting to get one for Firewall, or maybe you get the AIM controller bundle. So bada bing, bada bum, you can play with AIM controller, then try it again. You're bound to love it. And next up on our list, another racing game, DRIVECLUB VR. Now, this one also has a demo available, so you can check it out first if you like it. And it has a host of customization options. A lot of people grab this game, so if you got buddies with VR, or you hop into one of my VR communities, you can find people with the game, people that want to play, and you can race. And for $6, it offers tons and tons of content. Now, it's not perfect. It's not the most next level driving experience, but what it does is beautiful, and it's really worth that price. All right, another one of my favorite games on such a sale, FARPOINT. Honestly, I like the story. I love the multiplayer. They've continued to add to the multiplayer. They got co-op, they got PvP, they got, so many guns, so many fun things to do. It works so well. And even if you don't have an AIM controller, like I said earlier, you're probably going to get one for Firewall. You might get the Firewall bundle. So right now, you can get FARPOINT for $17. It still works great with DualShock 4. Or if you can just hold out a couple weeks, you can play with the AIM after you play a little Firewall. But it is completely worth that price. And I suggest you invest while you can get it so hot. And next up, a cheap deal on a game that I got first, with maybe fifth game I got for PlayStation VR, GUNJACK. Now, it's not the most deep level game, and it's not the craziest game, but it really does work well. And it's a great game to throw somebody into that's never played VR. It's like you're on the gunner ship on the Millennium Falcon, and you just get to aim around and shoot stuff down in the sky. It's so much fun. It works so well. It's such a clean game. It's a great time. And for $250, it's got like an hour or two worth of content. Check it out. I mean, next up, another cheap one. Honor and Duty Arcade Edition multiplayer VR shooter with AIM support for only $3. Now, if you didn't grab this before when it was on sale, grab it now. It's fun. I mean, he fixes spawns. He's updating. They're working on it. Strange Games, dude, great studio, nice people. They're trying to make a nice, like, a shooter with a little bit better graphics, with sorry, I'm stuttering a little. Vehicles and the airplanes and aim support and tons of matches and lots of people on. And I think he's got some really great stuff in the works. And I think any support of developers that really love PlayStation VR, really love VR, really trying to kind of do new things and trying to push things, it's worth it. And for $3, it's completely worth it. And finally, the last on my list, Sprint Vector. Now, I personally love Sprint Vector. It's like Mario Kart in VR. Definitely gets you a little bit tired out, but you can play on relaxed modes and have a good time. And for only $21, you get so many levels, so many free things. They continually update with content. They're pretty sure they got more content in the works. And it's such a high-quality, great game that it's worth checking out. It's something that can only be done in VR. And if you like that Mario Kart, like I said, kind of feel, you like shooting power-ups, you like racing, you like cool racetracks, nice environment, Sprint Vector is for you, and there's people online, so the multiplayer community is pretty solid still at this point. Now, those are my picks for the sale. This sale ends on July 17th at 8 a.m. Pacific time, so you have a while. Honestly, at this point, if you're just watching this video day one, or if you're watching this video a couple days in the future, you still got time to decide what you want to do, save up some money. I mean, it's summertime. Go outside if you'd like, but maybe build up your VR collection for the winter. Now, thank you for coming through. I hope I helped you out with these deals. I hope you like this video, and more important than all that is that you're great, you're beautiful, you're amazing. Give yourselves a round of applause, a thumbs up, and if you think I deserve it, then hey, you could throw me one as well. But more important than all that is that if you want to stay up to date on everything PlayStation VR, and you don't mind this ugly mug right here, freaking subscribe. I mean, come on, smooches. It's the Frank Show, what? The Frank Show, come on, the Frank Show, what? The Frank Show, come on, the Frank Show, what? The Frank Show, come on, Frank Show. It's time for the show.